deep into my eyes, you are witnessing a demonstration of the awesome power of the human mind. The unlimited potential of total concentration. My mind is totally focused, able to maintain absolute and utter control. A mind such as this is a powerful force. It could even rule the world. Hey! Huh?
You must remember that no harm will come to you.
No harm will come to you, people.
No harm will come to you.
No harm will come to you.
No
I will
harm
lead you
will come
out of the
to you.
rabbit hole one grain of truth at a time.
Just relax.
Just relax, everybody.
Just relax.
Take it easy, my friends.
You will do
Exactly as I tell you.
as I tell you.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of PTPOP Call Center Survivor. And I got a great one today. I've covered this a little bit in the past, but today I'm going to go over something that is near and dear to my heart because I love this guy's videos. It's scam call centers getting busted. And we've all gotten those calls. We've all gotten the guy on the phone that calls and says, "Hello, my name is Bob. I'm afraid you owe the IRS $3 million. Please give it now or we shut you down. Thank you." And we all get those calls. I've gotten them. Everybody's gotten them. My father-in-law, God rest his soul, he fell for one. And they hijacked his computer for like $500. And he paid it. So I know people personally have fallen for this. And the people behind it are pretty dark and evil. So, I mean, what if I told you there are people out there right now hacking into scam call centers? Not hacking into your computer, but hacking into scam call centers, watching the scammers through their own security cameras, and even calling them out by their real names live on the job. They find out where they live. They found the name of their parents. They find out their everything they know about them. The guy will come up and talk to them on the phone and say, "Hey, I know your name is not Bob Wells. It's Abdul Jabbar, right?" So in today's video, I'm going to go inside a real scam call center. Not personally. I'm going to take a look at this guy named Jim Browning. And I think he has a sister channel or a similar channel called ScamHub_ on TikTok. Now, it sounds like the same guy. I'm not positive. But I'm going to show you some of his videos and show some of the footage he has taken from TikTok channel on Scam Hub, and a guy who's figured out how to tap into their networks, expose their dirty tricks, and humiliate the scammers right in front of their coworkers. It's pretty awesome. And you're about to see how these scam centers really operate and what happens when scammers become the ones getting exposed. So stick around. Don't miss this. So I'm going to start off here. I'm going to show you just one of these really brief videos here from him calling in. And these are, I'm just giving you an idea of what he does. Then he's going to explain to each of you himself on his videos how he does it.
Who are you?
Did I get it right?
Wait.
So this is her sitting right there. He's pointing arrows to her. So look at this massive call center. This is in India. This has got to be at least a 1,000-man call center of scammers calling into mostly Americans, I'm guessing, pretending to be with like AT&T support or Verizon support or with a bank or with the IRS and things like that. But he's showing where she's sitting right there.
You keep asking me questions. Can I ask you one thing? Did I get that right? Because I can never tell. Is Mimi on your left?
So he's pointing out that the woman sits. This is the woman he's talking to. This is Mimi sitting next to him, next to her.
And the right-hand side? In my right-hand side?
It's coming through to me. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's Susmita.
And who?
I think she freaks out there. She freaks out because she knows that he knows everything around her.
Who is in my front section, in my front?
I don't know. It's very unclear. It's like as if you've got like a barrier or something in front of you. I don't know. Could it be Abhijit?
And who is in my back? Who is in my backside?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Who's in my backside? Oh, behave, baby.
Behave.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh, it's these things. I get these vibes, you know. I don't know.
You know, sir, who is in my back?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
So that's just one example. So let me go over here. He's got this video where he goes into in depth and he hacks into their cameras, he hacks into their phones, he hacks into their networks, and he tells you here how he does it. And this is his channel is Jim Browning on YouTube. He's got 4.4 million subscribers. And he says these guys are a particularly nasty group of Kolkata and India. They run a refund scam, and this video shows what their call center looks like, how they operate, and who they are.
This video gives a unique view of how these scams operate and who these scammers really are.
Critical alert from Microsoft.
You're looking at the webcam of a scammer named Deva. He is currently uploading phone numbers of people who will be his next potential victims. All of the phone numbers are from people who have previously fallen victim to a pop-up scam, as you can see here. Knowing that these people are already victims is particularly useful to this group of scammers.
He's tapped into their system, and look at that's an Excel spreadsheet he's looking at of all of their leads right from their network.
A refund scam. They'll pretend to be a real computer company and make calls like this.
Hi, we are calling you from Microsoft's refund department. If you remember, you have a contract with us for computer support and services. Unfortunately, we are closing the business. So you can give us a call for the refund of the amount you paid. To claim your refund, please call us on 877-281-1024.
The way that Deva and the rest of the people in this call centre get their leads is via WhatsApp or directly by email. Here you can see him using WhatsApp to download a spreadsheet of the most recent victims. When he has the list of numbers, he will then look at it in a spreadsheet to make sure that it will go into the outbound calling software.
See, even knows how they transmit the leads to one another. They do it through the app, WhatsApp. This is amazing. I would love, wouldn't this be so fun to do this, to break into somebody's system that's a scammer and shut them down and to expose them?
He will remove any duplicates before starting a campaign. Here they've been emailed a fresh list of numbers. Once they've downloaded this list, they will start up their VoIP software. Here they're using voxaccount.com.
So they use voice over internet protocol. They use VoIP accounts. He'll go into more of that. He'll go into more detail about that in a second.
And that's a legitimate piece of software which will allow them to make lots of outbound calls. They will charge up their Vox account with about $100 every few days, and the 8 or so agents will sit and wait for inbound calls. Here you can see the rate of these calls. The icons at the bottom represent agents who are ready to receive calls, and they're in green, and anyone actively engaged in the call is coloured amber. So let's go for a little office tour whenever one of these outbound campaigns are in action.
So he's actually tapped into somebody's webcam here, and he's watching them in action.
As you can see, the offices are very small and cramped, and each agent has only a very basic PC on his desk. They don't use phones and instead use VoIP software. They will use X-Lite for their inbound calls and 3CX for the outbound ones. A lot of these scammers smoke, so you can imagine the smell in this place.
Oh, God.
But this particular PC is a laptop, so it can be carried around the office. So courtesy of this particular scammer, we're going to get a little tour of exactly what the office looks like. Listen carefully to these scams going on in the background.
Now the audio is not too good there, so I'm going to skip ahead.
One of the smallest groups of scammers I've encountered. But equally, you can also appreciate that this laptop,
I love how he's got the Michael Jordan logo on his shirt,
is on a wireless network. And it's that wireless network that gives me a good clue as to exactly where these offices are located. I already knew from the IP address what the approximate location was. They're in Calcutta or Kolkata in India. But to pinpoint their location, it's possible to use additional information, and I get this from their wireless access information. On screen, you can see a list of wireless networks. This PC has connected to those wireless networks, and some of them are even active now. Together with the signal strength and using some Google Map data, it's possible to pinpoint their location within 150 meters.
Wow. This is fascinating that he can dial it into this close.
So these scammers are close to the centre of Kolkata, to the east of the river and very near the Ripon residency. I needed to be as accurate as I could with their location because I wanted to report them to the cyber police in Kolkata. I couldn't give them a business address because they're not a business. They just all know each other. So I also wanted to figure out their various names, but I could only do this by listening to some audio. So I listened and watched their scams over the next few weeks and months. I was particularly keen to identify this group because they did some of the most awful things that I've seen any group do before. The person on screen is called Christy. They offered her a refund, but instead they turned on her webcam, threatened her, grabbed pictures of her children, and ultimately tried to delete all of her files.
Can you imagine that? They call into an American household. They find out the kids' names. They threaten these people. It's awful.
But there's a rules that I'm going to let you know. But before going to let you know, I do believe you can see your computer screen. And if you can see your computer screen, ma'am, so first of all, do me a favor, simply sign out from your bank account, madam.
The refund scam works by the scammer persuading the victim to log into their bank account. He will have promised a certain amount, but he'll edit the screen so it looks as if too much has been put in. He will then ask the victim to return the money through a bank transfer, or more likely these days, some sort of gift card.
When you're going to your bank, right, again, to sending that money exactly, so you don't need to tell your bank people that, hey, I have transferred that money on the first time, the money get cancelled, and that's why
You can watch him on this webcam coaching the victim what to say when she goes into the bank.
My God. Might be, I don't know, because I live in California, you know. So, okay, suppose if the same people, okay, tell them, hey, I want to transfer.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here because
I'm telling you that because I'm the man of my word, and at the same time happen. But in the computer, your bank computer screen, it will be not show that the money get cancelled. It just shows that $29,250 has been created. But this thing, it will be not shows that money get cancelled. Understand? I'm telling you that because I'm the man of my word, and at the same time,
I'm a man of my word.
Your bank and my bank, they are connected with each other, and I will not give the permissions to your bank as well that they can look that the money get cancelled, and that's why you come here. Okay? I'm telling you that.
All this time, I was quietly observing their scams in action, and I didn't let any of the victims that I observed fall victim to any of the scams. But I did want to disrupt them as much as I possibly could. So when I observed them making contact with a company called Dialer360.com in order to set up a new outbound campaign, I saw an opportunity. What they do is send an outbound message to potential victims about a refund, and this was my opportunity to substitute the audio. Interestingly, I also observed that Dialer360 were completely complicit in the scam that was going on. In fact, they even wanted the audio which would be played to the victims. They didn't have the expertise themselves, so they drafted in an expert called Hazra, who set up Dialer360 so that this group of scammers were set up correctly to scam the maximum number of victims. Dialer360 didn't exactly care who was buying their software, and whenever they asked for a scanned ID card, the reply was, why? No one's ever asked for that before, and that seemed perfectly acceptable to Dialer360. They allocated the direct international dial or DID number regardless. So I thought carefully about the best way to disrupt this new campaign. Obviously, I couldn't stop them getting new numbers, but what I could do is hopefully get a warning to their potential victims. So I thought I would substitute the audio. This is what their original audio sounded like.
Hi, we are calling you from Microsoft's refund department. If you remember, you have a contract with us for computer support and services. Unfortunately, we are closing the business, so you can give us a call for the refund of the amount you paid. To claim your refund, please call us on 747-212-9887. I repeat, 747-212-9887. Or press 1 to talk with our executive. Thank you.
And I decided to replace it with this.
This is
Hello.
hilarious.
This is an automated message being sent from scammers from India. They were going to try to scam you by claiming that you would get a refund from your computer maintenance company. However, this is just a scam so that they can access your computer and will try to get money from your bank account. If you ever get a message like this, it is always a scam.
Please do not mention that I have changed their message, but if you would like to waste their time, you can speak to these scammers by pressing 1 on your telephone keypad.
And as it turned out, this was the most effective way of getting a message to some of their potential victims.
Wow.
All at the expense of the people making the calls, the scammers themselves. Not only did I keep substituting the audio and only replacing it whenever they were asking for a bit of help from Dialer 360, but I also increased the rate of these calls to drain their money as quickly as I possibly could. And all this time, they couldn't work out why they weren't getting the expected volume of calls. From their chat logs, it was quite obvious to them that they were having some sort of problem but couldn't pinpoint it. Eventually, when I drained all of their money over several weeks, they figured out that there must have been some sort of compromise, and finally they twigged that there was something going on with their audio. But I still had very blurry photographs through a webcam of the people involved, so I was thrilled whenever Deva uploaded his wedding photographs to the internet, and I was able to get a lot clearer pictures of his workmates. So although I don't know who's who here, I do know there's an Amit, there's a Rizwan, there's a Tusif, and there's a Wasim. I did email the Kolkata Cyber Police in the hope that they would do something. I sent them a link to the unblurred version of this video, but I've had absolutely nothing back from them. I can only assume they're not going to do anything.
So that's just one thing that he does. Now let's go over here. I think this is a saying by, it sounds like it is.
How do you sleep at night knowing you're stealing from innocent people? How do you sleep at night knowing you're stealing from innocent people?
Excuse me?
Cut the act. I've recorded this entire conversation. The authorities will be very interested. It's not a threat. It's a promise.
Sir, I assure you, this is a legitimate call.
You should find an honest job. I know enough. Preying on people's trust isn't the way to make a living.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
Then tell me. Maybe there's a better path for you than this.
You don't understand my situation. I have no other options.
There's always another option. This isn't the way. It's never too late to change.
I wonder if these calls are monitored and recorded by Q&A in their department. And if they hear this, I wonder if they get in trouble for talking to this guy.
Perfect. You'll receive your refund within the next 24 hours.
By the way, Kamala, can I ask you something?
Of course.
How do you sleep at night knowing you're stealing from innocent people?
Excuse me?
Cut the act. I've recorded this entire conversation.
So that's one example. These are just little shorts on here. That is Jim Browning and how he cracks down on these scam call centers in India. I hope you like that. I feel really good when I watch these videos. It's very, I don't know if it's heartwarming, but he's kind of like this superhero that brings down scammers. You know, he's the Spider-Man or the Superman that comes swooping in and shuts these places down. And honestly, if I could make a living doing this, breaking into people's networks and not illegally, but doing it to disband scam call centers, that'd be a great way to make a living. But I hope you like that. Let me know if you've had experiences getting scammed or pranking scammers, because I know there's another lady on here who talks just like Siri, and she messes with these scammers that call them and things like that. So, well, I am PTPOP, and I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your experiences have been. Please give me the thumbs up, subscribe, And I'll talk to you all later. Hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos, compañeros. When you get out of here.
Is that all there is?
Is that all there is, my friends? No, there's a lot more coming from PTPOP. I can assure you of that.
If that's all there is, my friend.
Take care, people. Bye-bye.